welcome to Utkarsh in English. This is an English medium channel of Utkarsh classes, and through this channel we are providing service to English medium students and making them understand various concepts, subjects and issues and ideas which are useful for their various examinations of union, state and regional level. So this is the platform which is serving to the English medium desiring candidates in the form of their education and their preparation for various examination. Guys, we are taking a series of international organizations, and in this series we took various organizations like UN, regional organizations, financial organizations and many more. So in this video today I will be taking some regional organizations which are left in the previous video, and this is the important arena of international organizations. Guys, you should know that international organization is an important part of examination. Questions usually comes up in examinations. In this segment, questions can be asked to you from this area of your studies. So international organization is an important part for your examination preparations and for the purpose of your examination paper. Questions in this segment can be asked in MCQ as well as the subjective or descriptive manner. So whether your examination is of MCQ based or whether it is a descriptive examination, these organizations and these videos are important for you to learn about the international organizations. Today from this lecture I will be taking some international organizations, and I'll try my best to explain you all these organizations as well. So let's start with some regional organizations, and in the first video, in the first slide, I will be taking the Commonwealth nations. Commonwealth nations, basically guys, I will explain you that what exactly Commonwealth nations are and what is the background of these nations. As you all know, in the era of colonization, when international European countries are making other nations as their colony for their economic activities, for their economic markets, for getting raw material. So colonies are built in the various part of the world. These colonies are under control of various European nations, under control of various European nations. So these countries are in under control of various European nations, and that is why colonization happened. And among the various European nations, UK is the important, popularly known as Britain, is a famous nation which make colonies most of the nations in the world. Once it was a saying that the sun never sets in UK and the sun never sets in Britain, because they have colony in each part of the world, and that is why this is the important political arena of their geographical reach of the United Kingdom. Those all nations who were once a colony of UK or Britain were known as Commonwealth under the British Crown, and all those nations, whether they get independent from Britain, still the member of Commonwealth. India was also the colony, but having sovereignty, still having a freedom of lawmaking, freedom from any direction, any supervision from Britain, we are having a membership in Commonwealth nations. So these are the nations which were the colonies of Britain once in the past. So that is the concept of Commonwealth nations. Let's start with the basic concepts of Commonwealth nations. Commonwealth nations, a voluntary association of 53 sovereign states. As I told you that these nations are sovereign now. Sovereign means free to deal with internal and external issues. They are free to deal with all these issues, and that is why voluntary means there is no compulsion. They are free to join join this organization. So they are free to join, as well as they are sovereign nations. They are not under control of any authority or UK right now, but they are the member of Commonwealth. So 53 sovereign states are voluntary member, voluntary association is this. Nearly all of them former British colony, as I told you in the previous slide, dependencies of these colony. So British colony directly or indirectly dependent of the colony. So that is why nearly all the members are from the British colony. Operates by intergovernmental consensus of member states. Consensus is the English word, which means the idea of developing something on a complete basis, on a basis of the consensus, or I can say the agreement between all the states, not majority but all the states are concerned, and they gave their consent regarding this. So operates on the intergovernmental consensus basis. Its head currently is Queen Elizabeth II, recognized by members as symbol of their free association. Member states have no legal obligation. There is no legal obligation, guys, please note down. This is the important part, because they have no legal obligation to one another. Instead, united by language, history, culture, and their shared values of democracy, because they are independent now, democracy, free speech, human rights, and their rule of law. Rule of law means nobody is above the law, nobody is above the constitution of the nation. So there is prevailing the rule of law. Equality among the people of the nation is the idea of rule of law. So which this idea is prevailing in those nations who are the member state of Commonwealth nations. Represented in UNGA by secretariat as an observer. So in UNGA they are observer, Commonwealth nations are the observer, and some members treat resident citizens of Commonwealth countries preferentially to non-Commonwealth countries citizens. So preferences are given even non-Commonwealth countries in which their own countries is not represent. Commonwealth citizen may seek consular assistance at British embassy. So this is also a provision which is available with the person who is residing in the non-Commonwealth nation, but is from the Commonwealth nation, can get assistance in the British embassy in that particular nation. So this is the service that is available to all the citizens of Commonwealth countries. First member without any constitutional link to British Empire admitted is Mozambique. Second is Rwanda in 2009. Commonwealth head of government meeting is held in 2018. CHOGM is the name given to this. Commonwealth head of governments held in London, UK in 2018. This is the current point, guys. You can be asked that where recent CHOGM meeting held, so you will be writing about that in London, UK. So this is Commonwealth nations, and I hope that you are clear with this Commonwealth concept now. Moving ahead, we have Arctic Council. Arctic is a region which lies in the northern part of the world. Northern is in the northern hemisphere. Basically what happens is the world is divided into two parts with 0 degree, which is known as equator. This is an important latitude. Latitude lies horizontally, and these are the imaginary lines. So the world divides into two parts. One is northern hemisphere. This is northern hemisphere, and this is southern hemisphere. Northern hemisphere from 0 degree, so we have 90 degree north, which is the North Pole, and near the North Pole lies the Arctic Circle. This is the Arctic Circle area. So in the northern part of the world we have Arctic Circle, and this Arctic Circle covers some nations, and those nations are the participant in Arctic Council. So as the symbol suggests, the polar bear is given. This is the polar bear, who is the symbol of Arctic Council. Polar bear, it is the symbol. So Arctic Council is this. Let's learn about Arctic Council, what exactly Arctic Council is. High level intergovernmental forum. This is an intergovernmental forum, guys, addresses issue faced by Arctic government and their indigenous people. So basically deals with the persons or the countries residing in the Arctic area. Members are Canada, Denmark, Finland, all the Arctic nations, Iceland, Norway, Russia, Sweden, US, plus 6 organizations are also member, like Arctic indigenous people have status as permanent participant. So indigenous people have permanent participation in Arctic Council. So these are the members: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So these 8 countries are the member of Arctic Council as well as 6 organizations. Those are the observer countries also in this organization. Observer countries are China, France, Germany. Please note down that India is the observer in Arctic Council. India is the observer. India is the observer nation. They might ask you in examination that India is not a member of Arctic Council but an observer nation in the Arctic Council. So this is right, that India is the observer nation along with Italy, Japan, South Korea, Netherlands, Poland, Singapore, Spain and UK. So these are the all observer nations of Arctic Council. Moving ahead, we have it regularly produces comprehensive, cutting edge environmental, ecological, social assessment through its working groups. So environment is the concern, social issues are the concern. So these two concerns are there of Arctic Council. It has provided forum of negotiation of 2 important legally binding agreements among an 8 Arctic states. So these 8 Arctic states, 8 countries, as I told you previously, are the nations which are binding or negotiating for this legal agreement. Chairmanship rotates every 2 years among Arctic states. So all the 8 states get chance to be a chairman of Arctic Council in each 2 years. Note, India's Arctic energy partnership with Russia makes it important. So its importance is there. India did a partnership with Russia on Arctic energy partnership. So this is the Arctic Council exactly is. Moving ahead, we have another regional organization, that is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, that is OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. What exactly OECD is and who are the members, what is the purpose, what are the objectives, let's learn. OECD is an Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Guys, this is an intergovernmental, all the organizations that I told you in this video are the intergovernmental economic organization. So basically, as the name suggests itself, that this is an economic organization only. 36 are the member countries in OECD, 36 nations are the participant of OECD, founded in 1961 to stimulate progress and world trade. Stimulate means to give a boost. Stimulate is an English word which means boost to the progress and world trade. Created agencies, example OECD Development Center, International Energy Agency. I took this initiative, in agency in another video, International Energy Agency, and this is the agency created by OECD. Education at a glance. OECD indicators authoritative source of information on state of education around the world. To Future of Rail report prepared International Energy Agency and International Union of Railways. They prepared the report of Future of Rail report. International Union of Railways prepared this. International Migration Outlook prepared by OECD. This might ask in examination. Examiner will ask such questions. Guys, please note down. They will ask you indexes prepared by various organizations, reports given by various organizations, and outlooks or other things that are prepared by various organizations. So this is the International Migration Outlook prepared by OECD. India participate program for international student assessment, PISA 2021. India is a participant in this organization. Headquarter is in Paris, France. Objective: promote policies that will improve economic and social well-being of people around the world, and it promotes free market policies. So this is basically dealing with the free trade agreements of and policies and trade of between the nations. So OECD is basically dealing the economic activities of these 36 member countries. Moving ahead, we have another institution, that is Gulf Cooperation Council, that is GCC. GCC, Gulf Cooperation Council. Let's learn about GCC. It is a regional, first important thing, political, second important thing, economic, third important thing, alliance. So there are 3 objectives or 3 areas of operation of GCC, Gulf Cooperation Council, is regional, political and economic. 6 Gulf countries are the member nation of GCC. One is Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE. Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE. These are the 6 nations which are the member of GCC. Headquarter in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. This should be noted down. What is the aim? Aim is to achieve ever closer union between the energy rich Gulf countries. So basically energy rich means oil and natural gas. They are rich in this sense. Recently Saudi Arabia, UAE introduced value added tax VAT on in GCC. UAE announced it has formed new economic partnership group with Saudi Arabia separated from GCC, could undermine GCC popularity. So what they have done that announced a new economic partnership group with Saudi Arabia. UAE with Saudi Arabia, they have started separated from GCC and started a new economic partnership which will undermine the importance and popularity of GCC as well. So this is the GCC Gulf Cooperation Council. Moving ahead, we have another important regional organization, that is BCIM, Bangladesh, China, India, Myanmar. This is the abbreviated from all of these nations, BCIM, and Bangladesh, China, India, Myanmar Forum. Let's learn what exactly this is. BCIM is the forum of regional cooperation. This is a regional cooperation forum, like this is a sub-regional organization of Asian nations. Sub-regional is because this is a limited organization of particular nations of a particular region. So it's a region out of a region, that's why it is a sub-regional organization. Aim is the greater integration of trade and investment. Trade and investment is the important factor of this organization. So that means these nations are working for economic partnership, economic areas. To connect Indian Kolkata with Bangladesh, Dhaka, Myanmar, Mandale, and China, Kunming. These are the 4 connecting points of this organization BCIM. Multi-modal corridor, one first expressway between India, China via Bangladesh and Myanmar. So what they are building an infrastructure to boost trade and economic activities between member nations. Advantages are greater market access, elimination of non-tariff barriers, better trade-off facilitation, investment in infrastructure development, joint exploration and development of minerals, water and other natural resources. So this is the basically economic activity that they are doing, investment in infra, exploration of minerals from the areas in these regions, and water and other natural resources. So basically BCIM, these nations are connected geographically, they are connected geographically they are connected geographically, and this is the importance that they are taking from taking advantage of their geographical sharing of border in the sense of economic partnership. So guys, these are the organizations that I took various organizations in this chapter, starting from Commonwealth. I took Arctic Council, Arctic area, OECD, Organization of Economic and Cooperation and Development, Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC, and BCIM, Bangladesh, China, India, and Myanmar Forum. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe our channel. Thanks a lot.
Click on the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel. Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Download e-Utkarsh app from Google Play Store. e-Utkarsh app is one-stop solution for your competitive exam preparation. With lots of unique and amazing features like create your own custom test, add YouTube videos in app library, add web reference link. For quick revision, make your own custom flashcards. For each chapter, you can give online test and analyze your performance. So download e-Utkarsh app now.